Hey John, you'll forgive the like I don't have a nice studio, right? But I just saw your thing on Gen Z, and I'm actually an older millennial. I'm like 41, right? And their problems aren't new to you, but they're not new to me because I'm a poor person, right? I'm not middle class. I come from poverty. I went in the military. You know, I did everything that society told me to do, and I got burned, dog, burned. Right? By people who sound a lot and talk a lot like you. And I don't think you're a bad person. I don't think you would burn me. But at the same time, like how is a Zoomer supposed to delineate? And you said they feel invisible and disregarded. No, dude, they are invisible and disregarded. You know Gen Z and me too as an older dude who would like to have had a family, and now like that boat has passed, dude. That like I'm not having a family. Like there's really no fucking way. Like there's no avenue, right? Like either I'm going to get a wife that is way too young, right, which is going to lead to all types of societal problems now that we're about to be strapped with 50% infertility by ex-prostitute sex workers from your age group, basically from our age group and a little bit younger, really low millennial high Gen Z, right? Who like you're going to taboo any type of relationship I could have with a younger woman, right? And I'm disciplined, smart. I mean, I've had a full life. I don't need to have children. And quite frankly, the world war we're about to be in because of these population dynamics, I'm not sure it would be the moral thing to do to bring a kid into this world, right? But like, yeah, like these guys, like the average man right now has to pay to potentially see basic human infection because the online thing, because it's all paywalled. So basic human infection is paywalled. Most men who are going online are getting ripped off by the people who control the digital meetup platforms, and they're literally just getting like fucking AI girl pictures, right? They're not even talking to real women 9% of the time, right? Because it is artificially paywalled. Unless you have $400 to spend to just look at a woman and hope she fucking interacts with you online, like you're not making a lot of progress. And then on top of that, you have to have your everything else has to be like A1, right? To get a 20-year-old, 8-year-old ex whore, you have to be making six figures, like to even get in a conversation with one, right? You could go meet him in public, right? Like if you go try and meet him in public, there's one chick at the bar and 20 dudes acting like thirsty fucking clowns. You can't even have a conversation with these women, and their egos are right, just fucked, dude, fucked. I mean, look at the Somalian fraud. Like most of the reason these kids can't get girlfriends, American guys can't get girlfriends, is because Somalis committing frauds are running like prostitution rings and fucking harems all over the fucking country, and no one gives a fuck. There's a million people right now, not a million, but there's a fuck ton of people right now protesting the shooting of that lady in fucking Minneapolis. And I'll tell you what, that dumb hoe, she deserved to get shot, man. Excuse my language, right? Like we can't be good older brothers to these guys because our fathers are fuck ups. They have our version of being a good older brother is like being like you didn't be telling these kids how to like hit licks, how to kill people, how to scavenge for food. Like telling them how to date and embrace Jesus is not gonna fucking get you there. I don't believe in the fucking church. Most of Gen Z doesn't believe in the church. And you know why Gen Z believes in the church? Because a hooker can be a hooker her whole life, right? Get saved at church when she's 31, about to be infertile, and now you're expected to treat her like a blushing virgin bride, right? Like it's not a fucking game. Like it isn't an entire prostitution ring, right? Because the same day this porn star is getting fucking saved again in church, that same fucking day you'll have a child star who just turned 18 go straight into porn on OnlyFans, $2.3 million opening feature, right? And all of the money is fake. This money is just being printed to put these women in porn. So the whole economy is artificial. You're advocating for these guys to go get jobs and like do normal work. Like you make fun of the dudes, right? There are dudes right now who all they do is sit on fucking the internet, get paid millions of dollars by YouTube, and they've got like whole harems. And you're telling these guys, go get a fucking go get a job, man. Go build a mansion for this motherfucker. And in return, maybe one day he'll kick one of these women out in the fucking street, and you could adopt yourself an almost infertile 30-year-old. Right? And you just pull yourself up by the bootstraps, dude. God, like it's a joke, man. Like your thing about them holding like I have direct experience in my life, dude. Like the old people in my fucking life worked to undermine when it looked like I might attain success on my own. They old people in my community worked to fucking undermine me, to preserve their fucking political careers, and destroyed my whole fucking family and my relationship with my family through a literal fucking rumor campaign of just old fucks slandering me so for reasons. So they didn't have to give up power, for made up shit. So they didn't have to give up power, right? Okay, it doesn't matter that maybe we got a Gen Zer guy in the government, right? Like, Tim Walz sold his entire fucking city out to literally migrant Muslim rapists who have been ripping off our population and raping the women of this nation off our fucking backs. And you want us to just like, I don't know, man, like, are you fucking kidding? I understand them completely, right? You're not mad enough, dog. You got lucky, you slipped through the cracks, you found a wife young, your wife didn't become an online prostitute, right? It happened to like half our generation. It's pretty much happened to the entire Gen Z generation. And you know what? Every single fucking old person, whether they're a conservative or a fucking liberal or a Democrat or a Republican, every single old fuck over 50 is allowing it to continue because they're the ones in the positions of power. They're the ones in control of the media. They're the ones in control of the social censure. It is all old people in control of that. And they refuse to condemn this prostitution of our nation openly and take real martial action the way it needs to be taken. There is no advice you can give the men of today that is useful unless you've been a soldier. And if you've been a soldier, that's the only advice you should be giving them, is how to become a better soldier. Right? Because inside of 2030, I think it was. So it's 20. So inside of 4 years, 50% of the females in the westernized world will be infertile without children. And a woman without a child is not worthy of being your wife. A woman who cannot have children means she cannot have a family. And this is controlled even biologically. Biologically, the second one these women hit menopause, they smell ugly, dog. And dudes who do not have children of their own are going to treat them like they don't exist. It's biological. Men only become concerned with the commune once their own progeny is secured. That's just in general, when we're talking about like biological instinct, epigenetic instinct based off historical past, right? And like, yeah, dude, like, you're not mad enough, man. You're not fucking mad enough. Like, there needs to be age restriction on fucking every, and I don't even do it because at this point we're so infested with invaders that even if we kicked every old person out of Congress and tomorrow and try to elect all new people, compromise electronic voting machines and compromise voting blocks representing literally Islamic interests would take all those key positions. It just happened in New York. Right? Like, your nice civilian life is over. If you fought, I was a soldier, I was in the Navy, I was a soldier. If you were a soldier and you fought overseas, congratulations, you fought for nothing. You were sold out by your political class and the mercantile class of America, and now you have to take back your own country through force of arms. So I hope the experiences of fighting overseas served you well, because we are about to be in a fucking world war. And if you're not talking honestly about that, you're not serving anybody. You're not serving anybody. There is literally no way out. The math is so clear. It is so black and white, okay? And yeah, it's not your fault. It's not my fault. It's our parents' fault. And our parents are still in charge, and they need to be out of charge. Technically, they should be shot. I mean, like they're just the evil that they have condoned for their own self-satisfaction and fucking greed, dog. right? And I don't even really trust you because I mean, a little bit of me, like, I feel like I saw your eyes light up when you said, all these 22-year-old girls are promiscuous. Like, dude, it's not the same as, we don't have a homeostatic population. All right, these women are being forced into promiscuity because they're so outnumbered by the males because of overbirthing of males through harem covert polygamous groups and the over-extermination of females through the killing of females, through the destruction of female fetuses at higher rates than male fetuses in the womb because of the way abortion works and the way estrogen affects decision-making in mothers, right? So, you know, can you at least tell the truth, dog? You seemed like you were honestly steamed, but like, yeah, like, I'm not blackpilling, right? I'm giving you a white, I'm not blackpilling. I'm just telling the truth, okay? And Gen Z, they have every fucking right to be as angry as they are because a lot of them are going to be forced to die inside the next fucking few years. And if they're not dying, and in order for them not to die, they're going to be forced to kill a lot by the time our age. I mean, we're not going to have, unless you have somewhere to move to, unless you could jet off to fucking, Epstein Island or wherever. I can't. I'm stuck here in the States, dude. There's nowhere to go. Fucking Ireland is half Islamic now. Europe, who knows how bad it's bad. France, totally fucked. White genocide in South Africa, did you know in the last 20 years, the population of white people globally has shrunk from 30% of the world to 9% of the world? There's literally an active genocide against people of your skin color, dude. I'm a mutt. I'm not even technically white. I'm mixed. I should be on the other side, but, I have this thing called morality that comes from my American upbringing. But yeah, we're like in the middle of a global war, dog. Like, I hope you're getting troops together. I hope you're figuring out how to remove these old fucks from office by gunshot wound if necessary. The whole political thing is done. It's done. The dating thing is done. All right, we're basically India now. On the Gen Z level, at the Gen Z age group, we're basically fucking India. They don't have control of their finances. They cannot get control of their finances. The only work available to them to is slave labor that will never, ever, ever, under the current social societal paradigm, result in a long-term, stable, monogamous partner. It won't. It's you're adopting a 30-year-old hooker, or you're an incel, or you're a pimp, right? And the pimps all become pedophiles, so that's not great either. So it's just like, I'm glad you're finally showing an interest in the younger generation, I'm finally deciding to be an older brother, but as someone who is an older brother, kind of late, dog. It's kind of late. Like, yeah, it's so late, dude. It is beyond late, dude. Like, pornography needs to be illegal. So that means you have like that's the number one thing that needs to happen yesterday is pornography needs to be illegal. Prostitution needs to be illegal. Genital mutilation of children needs to be illegal, like unlawful, like death sentence. If you're a pimp or you're running a stable of hoes, like that should be shoot on sight shit under the current paradigm. It should be, and it's not. The cops protect the porn star. The cops protect the pimp. The cops protect the geriatric elder engaged in voter fraud on behalf of covertly polygamous Muslims who have multiple families off stealing the tax from the men laboring for a monogamous relationship while they also additionally prostitute out the women who would have been those guys' wives and shit. You're not angry enough, dog. Get angrier. If you're going to have a platform, like maybe you got to where you're at by being moderate, and that's why they let you. That's why you're big and I'm not, because I've been on top of this for like 5 years, and it's just way too late now. It doesn't fucking matter. But now that you're there, right? You're too big to censor, right? So maybe it's just time you fucking start telling it how it is, right? You're like the last of a dying breed, and you didn't mean to be the last of a dying breed, and you shouldn't be the last of a dying breed. You should be a million marriages tomorrow. Unfortunately, like 60-70% of the female population that is of marriageable age and still fertile hates children, thinks they're morally superior for being a fucking prostitute. And even if you did want to get a wife with them, you're competing with all the males who aren't like you from the millennial generation, who were taught from bad dating practices so they could just date down, and so they never worried about having kids. And so none of these women had kids, and because none of these women had kids, no one's dating down. So there's less children being born overall, and if you have a situation where Less children are being born overall. Abortion has even more weight. A third of that generation was aborted. Of the third of the generation of Gen Z that was aborted, 2/3 of those were likely female fetuses. We're in like a China's great leap. We're in like a Mao great leap forward Weimar Germany situation, dog. And so if you're just still out here telling kids, find Jesus, adopt yourself a hooker, and get a job building empty houses for your fucking brown slave masters, your Islamic slave masters, like, you're not really talking seriously. You're just not. You're still in the bubble, dog. You're still in the bubble of American fantasy. And it wasn't a fantasy. I know it wasn't. Like, there was a time where it was all working out. It really got sidetracked in the 60s. But we're not going to get back there without a massive calling, mass re-immigration, which will never happen because these people are never going to go back to the trash files that they were taken out of their own volition. So it's going to be a war. It's already a war. Like, a third of the fucking world is at war right now already. A full third, dude, of every country on earth right now is in a civil conflict. Did you know that? I bet you didn't know that, right? And we're not far behind. And it all comes down to do with the practices of specific people. And their total mismanagement of humanity, their own humanity, the humans around them. And so, you know, I really appreciate you, like, paying attention, but, like, part of me is just so angry that it took this long, because, yeah, what are you going to do now? Like, 5 years ago, maybe, but, like, 5 years ago, you're telling kids pull themselves up for their bootstraps while they fucking laughed at you, you know, and you didn't know why they weren't taking you seriously. So, like, I don't know, man. I just want to send you this message because, like, yeah, it's nice that I'm not the only other millennial guy right now that realizes there's a fucking problem. But now that you know, what are you going to do about it? You can't do shit. We can get into politics. How you can get into politics, dude? Like, you can't do shit. It's over. Fucking find a place, hunker down with your family, get your crew around you. Like, stop telling people to fucking pull themselves up by their bootstraps. Stop telling people to find Jesus, okay? Stop, dude. It's over. Stop. Stop saying dumb shit.